Hey guys, welcome to another awesome video. I'm my humble self Choco Blago. I buy and sell crypto. Okay, now I want to talk about ways to hedge your money against inflation. Well, most of all of us have seen, or most of us have seen the budget, and it looks like there's a possibility that the dollar will still depreciate beyond where it is now. I'm not a, how do I put it this way? I don't see the future, but there are certain parameters you see or certain things you see on the budget to know that there's likelihood that the naira will still depreciate against the dollar. Okay, so what are the ways you can hedge your money, your funds against inflation? Inflation definitely means your money losing value and not being able to buy what it bought yesterday. That's what inflation means in a layman's term. Now, one of the ways to do that is probably through real estate. Okay, you can buy an asset. Let's say you have surplus money, but you want to protect it against inflation. That's one way to go about it. Real estate. Okay, you can decide to go into a bush as long as you're doing it through a trusted, reliable real estate broker, okay, who has done his assignment and know that this is not government land and know that this is not passing through a canal, okay, or is not interfering with the plan of the government for that particular area. Okay, that's one way to go about it. Secondly, is you can go through, let's say you have an asset, but you want it to be semi-liquid in the sense that real estate is not very liquid, but you want it to be liquid in the sense that you can call it up anytime you need it. Another way to go about that is through using your bank's fixed deposit, but the issue with that is you have to know what the inflation rate is against the rate your bank is offering you, because if the inflation rate is higher than the interest the bank is giving you, just know that how much interest they pay you will only reduce the impact of inflation a little, but your money will still lose value. Okay, but not much, because if inflation rate is at 8% and they're paying interest of 5% per annum, just know that you are at negative 3%, that your money is losing a value by 3%. Okay, I'm just giving an example. Okay, I'm not an expert, but this is what I understand from my background in banking and my experience in life. Okay, and my experience with money. All right, so that's number two. First one I mentioned real estate. Second I mentioned fixed deposit. Another way to do that is through dollar. Okay, buying the dollar, knowing fully well buying dollar and holding dollar, that it has its pros, it has its cons. Now, one of the pros is that if the naira is going to depreciate against the dollar, what it means is that the exchange rate is going to go up. So which means if you buy dollar at 1,160, for example, and you keep the dollar, and let's say the dollar depreciates to 1,300, for example, what it means is that when you are selling your coin, you're probably going to sell it at 1,200 and something. So which means you've made probably, let's say you bought at 1,160 and you're selling at 1,260. What it means is that you've made 100 naira per dollar. So that means how much dollar you bought, okay, how much dollar you bought determines how much money you made or how much money you gained when the inflation was devaluing the naira. Okay, now most people don't have access to dollar because the entry point to having what it costs, okay, to have a dollar account and buy dollar is on the high side, because most times you have to spend probably about $100 to open a dollar account. It's still your money, okay, but the thing there is that you need to cover out $100, which is now 100 and something thousand naira at the moment. So another way to do that is USDT, which is the dollar equivalent or the digital equivalent of the US dollar, which is easy to access. You just open either a centralized wallet or decentralized wallet, and you start buying dollar off the bat, whether it's $10, $5, $6, whatever it is you want to buy, amount you want to buy, as long as the person can send it to you, you can use that to hedge your money against inflation. Okay, so these are the three main ways you can use to hedge your money against inflation. Now, the flip side for using dollar or USDT is that the rate can also come down. That is if the government does a great job of putting the economy back. But sometimes they just make announcements and news carry it, and everybody has a knee-jerk reaction, and before you know it, we're back to where we are before. Okay, so in case of good government policy and implementation, dollar comes down, then just know that you might lose money. Okay, but if you if the inflation is high and things are right, all the parameters checks out, there's likelihood that the dollar will depreciate, but you don't get greedy. So which means if you're in profit, you can still cash out. Okay, if you're in profit, you can still cash out and buy later when the dollar is cheaper. Okay, so that's all I have for this video. Remember what the first one I said is real estate. Real estate is not too liquid, but it's guaranteed to hedge your money against inflation. You just have to do your due diligence properly when you are buying real estate. Secondly is what's it called? Second is using bank's fixed deposit. Okay, but you have to understand the inflation rate versus the rate your bank is offering you, because if they're not offering you a good rate that is above inflation rate, then you just save your money. The money is still devalued, but not at the rate of just keeping the money in your bank account. Okay, now thirdly is through US dollar or USDT. US dollar or USDT preferably, because it's easily it's easily accessible and you can easily sell it compared to US dollar, which means you have to actually find somebody who uses your bank. Okay, like if I have dollar in Access Bank, for example, and I want to sell it, I have to find somebody who has dollar in Access Bank who is willing to buy it from me. Okay, so that's a lot of work. But if you have USDT, it's easy. You can find a merchant you can trust, or you can go to the exchanges P2P platform and sell it there. Okay, all right guys, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and till I see you guys next time, take care, bye for now. And if you have questions, ask me in the comment section, and I will do videos to make others understand your question. Okay, all right guys, bye for now.